Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Sharmit. In this session, we are going to talk about another very important property of CSS, that is margin. So in this session, we will discuss what is margin property, what all other properties are there through which we can set the properties individual side for the individual side, like margin top, margin bottom, margin left or margin right. Okay. So we will discuss each and everything. We will start from scratch and then I'll show you some examples where we will utilize this margin concept and we'll try to understand each and everything from basic to advanced level. But before we proceed with the session, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic. Because for time being, we are just mainly focusing on how to use margin property. So let's start with the definition itself. So margin property is mainly used to maintain a proper spacing outside the element. Okay. Those who know about the padding concept, if you don't know about it, it's completely fine, because we are going to talk about that concept also. But if you have some idea about that thing, then you can relate it with this, because in case of padding property, the space is maintained inside the element, but here the space will be maintained outside the element. Okay, so let's not make that complex, and I'll show you everything with a very simple example, and that will help you to clear the concept. So here you can look at the code. Here we have simple code. We have just noted down one title in the head section, and there is one heading showing CSS Cascading Style Sheets by Tech Sharmit. Now you can simply save it and refresh the browser. So once you refresh the browser, you can see we have CSS Cascading Style Sheets by Tech Sharmit. After this, we will add one heading here. So I'll just simply write H2. In H2, we can put the title of today's session, which is margin property in CSS. Okay, so this is our main topic. So if you refresh it, you can see the now the property heading is coming over here. Fine. Now let's understand the requirement. The requirement is that we want to create 3 div of similar size, similar width and similar height, and it is not mandatory, like you can change or customize the thing accordingly, but the thing is that we need 3 div just to demonstrate this concept of margin. So let's create the div first. So here what I'll do, I'll simply write here and like div, then we will associate some ID to it. In ID we will mention box1. Okay, likewise we will add another 2 div, so I'll just simply copy paste it, and here I can associate it with ID box 2 and ID box 3. Fine. So far we have just added the div, but if you look at the browser, you will see nothing here. Why? Because div is there, but we have not applied any CSS property to show its background color or to border. So for that, let's write the CSS. And here I'm going to use the internal CSS. So you just need to write here style. In style, we will firstly access the selector using ID. So here I will write box1, and remember one thing, these IDs are case sensitive. So if you are writing something with capital letter, please make sure to use it with capital letter only. Okay. So after writing the selector, I have opened this curly braces and closed this curly braces. Now inside this block, we can write the CSS. So let's write the basic CSS first. So I'll just write width, which would be 300 pixels. Then we will set here height. In height, we will write 150 pixel. And then we can set its border. So just simply write here border 20 pixels solid black. Okay. And then you can simply save it and refresh it. So you can see we have got this wonderful div. Let's make it more attractive. So for that, we will just add some background color to it. Let's say aquamarine. Fine. Now you can save it and refresh it. So this is how div looks. Likewise, we will add the CSS property for other 2 divs. Now some of you might be thinking like we can simply pass if we want to create similar kind of div, then we can pass the multiple div here, right? You are right here, but I want to show you some differences. That's why I'm creating it separately. Okay. So but yeah, if you are going to keep the same property, then that would be the perfect approach. You can simply pass all divs here. But here I want to show some differences. That's why I'm creating different CSS for that. So we have just added 3 things here. Instead of black color, let's add red color, and here instead of black, let's add blue color. Save it, refresh it. So now we can see we have 3 divs. Now let's understand the requirement. The requirement is that we want to keep this div, but there should be some spacing in between these div, or you can say outside this div element. So how to do this? So to achieve this thing, we will use the concept of margin. Okay, so what margin will help us to do here, like margin is a shorthand property, and we all know that shorthand property is something where we can apply multiple properties at a time. Okay, but we have individual properties as well. Let's say between the red div and black div, I want to add a 20 pixel gap. So what I can do here, I can simply provide the top margin. Let's see how. So you just need to write here in box 2, I will write margin top, and then you can set the value, for example 20 pixel. When you save it and refresh it, you can see now there is a proper space between block 1 and block 2, or you can say black margin, black div and red div. So how we have achieved it? With the help of margin top property. Similarly, if you want to add margin bottom, so you can simply go here margin bottom, and here also we will use 20 pixel. It is not fixed, it depends on your requirement, but I want to keep a 20 pixel, so I can simply put 20 pixel, and you can see now a bottom div is also shifted 20 pixel. Okay, and as I mentioned, like if you change the value to 50 pixel, accordingly it will add the margin, but it's always better to be consistent throughout the margins. So we have created this thing. Okay, so far we have discussed about two properties. One is margin top and one is margin bottom. Likewise, we have margin left and margin right as well. Let me show you how we can work with it. So you just need to write here margin left. Here you can provide the value, let's say 20 pixel. Save it, refresh it. So now you can see this div has been shifted 20 pixel to the left side. Clear? Similarly, we have right option as well. So you just need to write here margin right, and then you can use this 20 pixel or whatever value you want to set. Just refresh it, and we have got 20 pixel. It is not visible obviously because there is nothing in the right side, but yes, it has been added. Whenever you add something in the right side, then you will be able to see the gap. Clear? So this is how we can use this individual property margin top, bottom, left, right. Another very important thing I want to show here, we have concept of auto. For example, here I'm using margin top. So instead of providing any value, I can directly write auto, then simply save it. Okay, let me remove this from here, save it, refresh it. Now if we try to use margin auto, not like this, margin top and auto. Yeah, when you save it, okay, fine, let's keep it as it is for now. I'll tell you this when we will be discussing the margin collapse concept. So for now, let's make it very simple. Okay, so we are just providing the values 20 pixel for each. Clear? So let me add again here margin top 20 pixel. Fine. After this we can save it and refresh it. So this is how it looks. Now suppose I want to apply all these property to this div as well. So what I can do I need to write it again and again? No. Do I need to copy paste it? No. There is only single shorthand property that I can use here in box 1, and after writing that I can apply all these property at one go. Let me show you how, and that is called shorthand property. So you just need to write here margin. Neither you have to select top, bottom, nor right or left. You just need to write margin, then click enter, and here you can provide the values. For example, I want 20 pixels from all sides, so I can simply put 20 pixels. That's it. Save it, refresh it. So now you can see it is behaving similar to this box. Why? Because we have provided 20 pixels. So when you are providing only one value, that means we have 20 pixels from top, 20 pixels from bottom, 20 pixels from left, and 20 pixels from right. But if you want to customize it as per the requirement, you can change the value, like 20 pixels from let's say 10 pixel from here, and then 30 pixels from here, and then 40 pixels from here. So when you save it and refresh it, you will see the difference. Okay, so this is how it works. So in case of margin in a shorthand property, you can try these concepts. Let me show you one more interesting thing. It would be much more clear if you are using it in the middle div, because in middle div I can show you how it is impacting the things. Okay, so let me show you. I'll just simply copy it. So now we have commented this part. Okay, so let's comment this part also for time being. Okay, now you can simply paste it here, save it and refresh it. So now you can see the difference. 20 pixel from top, then 10 pixels from bottom, I guess, and 30 pixel. Let's check the values by increasing the value. 60 pixel. So you can see this is bottom property, and when we make it as 100 pixel, this is right property, and when we make it 50 pixel, this is left property. Clear? So this is how it works. 20 pixels from top. If you want top, this is top, this is left, this is top, right, left, bottom. Okay, top 20 pixel, then we have 100 pixel. Let me change it to 200 pixel. This is right for sure. I need to check. Yeah, this is right one, and this is the let's say we make it 20 pixel. So in case of 20, this is the bottom and this is the left. So if you make it as 600 pixel, you will see the difference. Clear? Okay, let me show you that auto. Just one thing I want to show. Let's say if instead of providing all these value, if I write auto, so what it will do, it will came here. Why? Because we have assigned the auto property, auto value. Clear? So this is how it works, how we can use margin property. Auto means it will automatically decide where to show the div or how much difference we are supposed to maintain. Clear? So yeah, that's all for today. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.